Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Puckett and Benson here on the ESR channel, and tonight we got Rocket League coming your way. Ben, it's part of the Pro League.
So much.
Oh yeah, kick us off. Tournament format. How's it working?
There's so much awesomeness going on. Of course, we went with a little bit of a North American style theme, even though it's predominantly European sport.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
10 teams split among two divisions, Division 1, Division 2. Pretty much kept it easy as that. The top 8 teams will advance to the playoffs later on. I think we're 2-3 weeks away from playoffs now.
Oh yeah,
we're
October 10th, baby.
October 10th. That's when playoffs are going to be. Matches consist of 6 games. You have 3 home and 3 away. Of course, hosts. We have both North Americans and Europeans in our Pro League. So you play all 6 games, kind of take up game difference, if you will. It's a very, very important part of the way the Pro League is run.
Now, of course, we do have those 2 divisions, and we've had a lot of games played. Let's take a look at where we stand. Starting Division 1, we got Kings of Urban sitting up top, undefeated. They have not dropped a game. Flipside Tactics, who we expected to kind of dominate from the EU scene, has lost a few close ones, 11-7. Meanwhile, Swarm Gaming, who we'll see tonight, is at 6-6. Devoid Gaming, formerly Mad Magic, jumped up to 8-10 after a terrible start. And Perfect Storm, who won the NA qualifier, had to do some roster swaps, but is sitting at 5-13. Now in Division 2, Ben, this one, we can't wait to see how it's going to close out. VQ Untethered has only played 1 match, but they've only dropped 1 game.
Yeah, and of course Cosmic Aftershock leading the way at 11-1. Third, fourth is split between Team Shazoo and Supersonic Stars, both at 1-5. Air Force 2, really kind of disappointing in the MLG Pro League. It's not really been their season, I guess. They started off when the game kind of came out, doing very well in ESL tournaments. Then they kind of slipped off a little bit. Then came the kind of playing tournament that we held to the Pro League, and they excelled once again. Since then, I know in other tournaments as well, they haven't really been performing as well as a lot of people would have expected them to.
We'll see how they can bounce back. Also, keep your eyes on Supersonic Stars. A big trade going down recently.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. For now, though, let's take a look at our matches for the night. Here's a look at Tuesday. We're going to start off with Kings of Urban.
Yes.
One of the NA legends going up against Swarm Gaming from the EU. And then, of course, we're going to see Supersonic Stars in back-to-back matches. They'll play Team Shazoo, who's having O'Neal, who's out on vacation. They have a fill-in tonight. Skyline going to be a key player to watch. And then Air Force 2 gets a chance for redemption. They don't have a map win yet, but they could get 6 big ones if they pull it off tonight. Coming into our first match, though, we got to look at these rosters, Ben, starting with Kings of Urban. Everyone knows these guys by now, but if you haven't been watching, the Kings consist of Kyle Mask. You got Gambit and Fireburner, the 2 strikers. Look for Kyle to be the goalie. Their opponents tonight, Swarm Gaming, made a big move. Pashy and DeBoer making a move for Stocky, who is going to help them increase their pressure. So we're going to open things up. Who's your player to watch right off the get-go?
I'd say immediately, I'm a big fan of watching Gambit play. Cal as well. I think those guys work extremely well together. Of course, Fireburner as well. I think this whole Kings of Urban squad is just extremely talented with the way that they're playing Rocket League right now. Gambit and Fireburner working aggressively together, and as you said, Kyle kind of doing a little bit more of a defensive role, but you're seeing more and more teams now adapt to Flipside Tactics' kind of original rotation system. It's something which, I don't want to say made or created, but they kind of
excelled in it first.
They mastered into it first, and now you're seeing more teams, including the likes of Cosmic Aftershock, playing like that. That rotation system is so important. All
right, you watch the Boer brothers have Gambit slide one right past him. Let's find Gambit and show you how he did it one more time. The pirate ship coming in, and Gambit always gets those great angles. Going to put the first one in for Kings of Urban, your blue team. So now we'll stay on board with Gambit off the break. Kyle's going to go for the face-off against Stocky, but already that ball near the net. Fireburner's going to have to deal with it, but the pressure should be coming now. And there it is.
The Bow Brothers knocks one in, and I took it upon myself, Chris,
to
try and get some interesting stats for our season. And luckily for us, we have some awesome members of the Rocket League community willing to kind of help us out.
Shout out Cloud Fuel.
Yes, pretty much. He's an absolute awesome individual. If you don't know who he is, you should definitely check out the subreddit more often. I have a question for you. Okay.
How many goals are you going to miss while we keep talking?
No, don't even worry about it.
Okay.
We have to play 6 games. So this is important. I know the fans of Rocket League out there will want to know this information. It's key information.
I love info.
Guess who currently in the league has the most goals?
Most goals in the league.
Most goals in the league. Who's the top goal scorer as of right now?
Is it Sad Jr.?
No, Sad Jr. only has 10.
Out of the 12 games they've played, he only has 10.
Only 10 finishes, yeah.
Is it Gambit?
No, Gambit is way, way, way low. Gambit is 12.
Is it DeBoer Brothers?
No, it is not DeBoer. It's Kronovi, Chris. How did you not get that? That was setting you up for an easy one. 24 goals.
To be fair, Kronovi has also played 12 games. A lot of teams have only played 6.
This is true. You have to bear that in mind, but 24 goals. This is what gets really interesting for me. Flipside Tactics, all 3 of their players come in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. How crazy is that? Mike Rules has 16, Marky has 18,
and yet they have 7 losses. So I think it's not crazy though, because they've played 18 games, dude. They've played 3 matches.
But
already.
dropping, what I mean is dropping the games that they're dropping as well and still scoring. Anyway, I just thought it was
right.
People may want to know that. You never know.
Information is good, but only if it's put into the right context.
This is the right context, Chris.
All right.
We're talking about gold.
I would like to see average goals per game. That's what I want to see, because you can just throw out random numbers all day.
By the end of the season, everyone's played the same amount of games anyway.
True.
So,
but if you're giving a mid-season update, you should probably sort those.
Well,
just saying.
My mid-season MVP as of right now is Cooks.
Cook?
Yep. He has 17 goals, 18 assists, 19 saves. In 12 games.
The man's pretty good.
He's extremely good.
So is this guy. Pesci, though, gonna miss that one. Off the left crossbar, Stocky, the new addition, is able to handle. Let's go over to Stocky. Coming from way back, rocking that MLG flag.
I respect it.
What's up, Stocky? He gets the double tap there. A little bit of luck. Good try on the defensive end, but there's just way too much pressure. Swarm Gaming, they talked about this roster move. They needed Stocky. They wanted to add more pressure. They used to have Siki Sam on the squad, who is a bit more of a defensive player. Now with Stocky, they are feeling confident on all attacks. They're currently watching Fireburner. And today, we were on the subreddit, and we saw one of the sickest goals of all time coming from Fireburner. It was posted by Kyle a little bit earlier.
It's a pretty impressive finish, that's for sure. But right now, Swarm Gaming taking it to the North Americans. This is a North American server as well for the first 3 games, so do kind of bear that in mind. But right now, I'm very impressed. This roster move definitely seems to have helped them. If they can take map number 1, or game number 1 rather, they'll be in great position. But just as we say that, Kings of Urban reply with a finish of their own with just shy of 2 minutes still to play.
Now, what do you think of kind of the changing cars recently? You know, the meta game is changing, and we've seen most of the players now go over to this Gizmo. There's koalas all over the place, Ben.
I'm a fan of the Gizmo. They are not koalas, though, Chris. We spent a decent amount of time in week number 1 of the Pro League explaining
why yeah, Fireburner.
Kings of Urban equalized within, what, 20 seconds? That was very, very quick. That was beautiful play from these guys.
Fireburner from downtown drops that one in the upper right corner. 2 players trying to double back for it. All of a sudden, we got a tie game.
The more I look at it, the more I see the koala. I hate you.
I know, he's beautiful.
God damn it, Chris.
Mine's Hermes.
Hermes the koala. If there's ever a name not to call a koala, it was probably Hermes.
Or Jasper.
Jasper's a great name. I would totally go with Jasper. That's a
Jasper it is.
Oh, Stucky looks as if he's going to knock that one into the box, but unfortunately, Apache not able to get that finished. The ball is in a dangerous position now.
Yeah, you got 2 defenders, one of them being Kyle. This is not a goal.
Ooh.
Told you, aerial Kyle to Gambit. The push, Gambit's actually got this one lobbed up in the box. Fireburner knows the aerial's coming, but didn't expect it to be that good. Stocky's gonna place it in the corner. Kyle just throws it up in the air. He's gotta hope his teammates are there to help. And so far, a little bit scary for Kings of Urban. In your final 2 minutes, we'll see, can they hold strong? Kyle with another epic save.
And final 60 seconds, tied game, 3-3. Kyle trying to make the play, but the demo comes in from Patchy. Smart from him. Just relief that pressure a little bit. Ball still in a dangerous position for Swarm Gaming. A win here in game number 1 would be huge for them. And that's a shot on target, but it should be no worries for Cal. He's able to simply clear that one, and he actually goes up the aerial as well, but it's won by Stocky. Just puts that in the far right-hand side. Beautiful control from Gambit. He plays for the full boost as well. Knocks it in the air, goes to the aerial himself. Gambit to try and finish the game. Not going to happen. DeBoer with a big save.
DeBoer's going to nudge that one out over to Kyle. Gambit gets an explosion as well, so a defender down, and he's out of position. A missed shot from Gambit. Very rare do you see those. We'll go over now. Can DeBoer finish? Stocky with the set. It's actually going to be Pesci. 13 seconds remain. It goes Stocky to Pesci. Take a look at this one more time.
Such a fast break, and a little bit of a defensive mistake comes in from Kyle there. He accelerated instead of reversing. If you reverse, he potentially get that touch on. But 13 seconds left. Kings of Urban find themselves down by 1. It's definitely not over just yet. Could see something happen in the final 10 seconds. It's all going to be about that boost control. And early on, you see a lot of Kings of Urban plays going for it. Gambit knocks it up. 3 seconds. It's going to hit the floor any second now. Stocky just needs to nudge it a little bit, but it's going to go straight to Cal. Cal's going to bounce off the wall. This is in a dangerous position. Fireburner's going up, but doesn't have the boost. And that is going to be game 1 going to the Europeans.
4-1 in the books, man. Great start here. You see them playing with 100+ ping all across the board. The Europeans able to take a very strong opening.
I like it.
And you look here.
This is a Kings of Urban squad, by the way, Chris, who haven't dropped a single game so far. That's the first game they've dropped in the season. That 100% win ratio just went straight out the window.
So they get their first loss. Not a huge deal. You still got 5 more games, but a fantastic start for Swarm Gaming because, I mean, you looked at Swarm's numbers coming in here, just 3-3. Right. They're split 50-50. Now you got a winning ratio. You want to finish in those top 2s.
For now, you do, yeah.
You of course, you have to finish top 4 if you want to get into the playoff bracket. But if you finish in the top 2, you're guaranteed to have a pretty solid first matchup, a pretty easy road. So let's start things off. I want to watch Kyle a bit more from this game. Kings of Urban going to switch to orange. And off the break, DeBoer gets the first shot of the game. Kyle already with the defensive play.
And Fireburner now with the touch. Just going to take it down that left-hand side wing. And Stocky, nice little reverse into that ball, but really nothing is going to come from that as Kyle tries to put it up. DeBoer again knocks it back. And currently just a good old-fashioned game of ping-pong.
Fireburner off the wall, setting up Kyle. Kyle's going to tap it forward, but to DeBoer, and 3 more are there. 2 more, excuse me. And you're going to see Gambit go flying up. No one able to hit this one with a whole lot of mustard behind it, Ben.
Yeah, just kind of a scrappy start. No one really getting any control of the ball, just staying up in the air. Fireburner does get a big touch, though. That was looking as if it was going to dip in. Meanwhile, DeBoer Brothers tries to back away. This is ultimately just going to come down to which team can get the majority of the boost and then make a play from there. As Stocky challenges the 1v2 and actually manages to secure that a little bit. Kyle and Gambit not able to get the ball outside the box.
Oh, big aerial is going to be one there. Pashy's got to play defense, and that one's actually going to drop in. It's all Fireburner. Let's take a look at how he did it.
Just gets that touch from his own half. Knocks it up. Pashy just can't get high enough, and they're always open ones to try and deal with, Chris. When you track it back, you know, the ball's up in the air, you have to try and do back bicycle kick, essentially. It's very tough. Plus, there was pressure as well coming in for the rebound, so I think that would have been a goal nevertheless.
Looking through, you can see DeBoer going forward. Fireburner on your screen, trying to collect the boost. It's not there in the corner, waiting for it patiently. Now he's got it, and unfortunately, he's going to get detonated as soon as he picks that one up. Gambit, one of the best dribblers in the league, is going to be stopped short. You saw him just get slammed. They know exactly how to handle his dribbles. Fireburner backing up. And Kings of Urban trying to play this one nice and slow.
Ball goes up. Kyle just had a very feeble attempt of potentially going for something. Decided better off. Pashy, though, with the defensive clearance. DeBoer Brothers along the side of the wall is going to knock that one up to Stocky. The ball's up in a dangerous position. Gambit went flying over it. Pashy puts it back into the box, but overall this should be relatively easy for Kings of Urban to defend.
As you say it, there's going to be a whole lot of pressure. Stocky is going to get a shot on goal. Knocked out by Fire. Fire running out of boost. Another great save. A third shot is going to miss, and now it's anyone's ball game. Gambit's going to be pushing up the left side. The defensive play comes in from Stocky. Let's take it over to him.
Well, that's a good shot on target from Fireburner from the half. Puts a little bit of pressure on towards the opposition. Gambit again puts it up.
Oh, no.
The success that they've kind of had just from knocking it up and just kind of waiting for defensive mistakes has actually been, you know, thus far at least, pretty effective. But I think overall, not really the best way you can play is a small mistake comes in there from Fireburner. Luckily, though, Gambit is in a position to go up and off the wall. Ball will bounce. The DeBoer Brothers just nudges it slightly over, and another defensive mistake comes in. Fireburner, though, just puts his car bonnet through it. Almost actually managed to find himself a second goal from downtown.
What's a car bonnet?
Car bonnet, the bonnet of the car.
The bottom?
No, the like the front. What do you call it?
Definitely not a bonnet.
The hood?
I don't think any Americans use the word bonnet.
You call it the hood?
Probably nose.
The nose?
Put the nose on the ball?
No, we call it car bonnet. Interesting.
Bonnet's like a hat a chick wears in America. Anyway, over to Stocky. He's going to lay it up front in the box. Can't finish. Fireburner moving up the left side. You're going to see Gambit coming in for the finish from downtown. Kyle's actually going to be given a chance to strike, so Gambit has to play goalie, and DeBoer is going to send it his way. Gambit deflecting the first one, able to steal boost. Now for the detonation. I love the aggressive play. Very few teams outside of Kings of Urban go for those constant and as I'm saying all this, DeBoer is just going to punish Kyle.
He just beat the opposition to the ball. That Gambit with a very, very shaky set. DeBoer recognizing kind of what was going on, puts pressure on the ball and ties it up 1-1. Gifted a goal.
DeBoer off the break, playing goalie. And he's going to have a chance for a good strike. Right away, he's going to send that one downtown to the left corner. His teammate Stocky going to try and recover. A great tip right in front of the box, but Kyle's going to clear.
Ashy now with a chance to just kind of control the pace of the game.
No way.
Fireburner goes in for that one.
Whew, I thought that was going in, to be honest.
This one is dangerous, though, as Stocky, beautiful clearance off the top of the wall. Needs to be cleared one more time, though, and it will, but another shot on target is going to come in. Stocky with a big save. That was Gambit with the shot on target. 37 seconds left. Still tied up, 1 goal apiece. Up goes Fireburner, knocks it backwards. And Kyle, well, he's going to whip that one top right.
Look at the teamwork here. This might be a goal. It's stopped short by Gambit once again. 1-on-1. DeBoer is going to stop all momentum, and another good hit. Pashy's got an attempt at goal. Knocks it to the box, but here comes your orange squad, Kings of Urban. Had that early goal. Since then, haven't been able to do too much on offense.
Ball is up. 5 seconds left. Stays like this, we will be going to overtime.
Here we go.
And that's an aggressive play coming in from
off
Kings of
the
Urban.
top.
Off the top, maybe Gambit for the finish. No! If he had an extra second, that would have been good. But it hit the floor before finding the back of the net, and that means good old-fashioned overtime. As it stands, Swarm Gaming, of course, 1-0 up in the series.
And credit so far to Swarm Gaming. You look at Gambit, one of the best strikers in the league. 5 shots on goal, none of them connecting.
Good defense. Really good defense.
Gambit doubling back. 1-on-1 is going to tap that one, but it's laid in front. Fireburner saving the day. Now has a shot opportunity. He's going to push this one up on the right. Tries to lay it up. Gambit going airborne. And this is a punish. Pashy is going to get the pass from Stocky. We'll see it one more time.
Problem was Kyle went up for it thinking that he could beat Pashy to it. And Pashy just goes up and over Kyle. Simple finish. By his standards, at least, pretty difficult because you're, way up in the air. But when you have an open net, you don't need to worry about it. And I can't believe it. Swarm Gaming go 2-0 up against Kings of Urban.
So far, it's been 6-4, and this is all on the U.S. host. It's surprising so far, Ben.
I mean, very surprising, I think it's fair to say. North Americans on yes, we know host isn't as big a deal as it is in a lot of other games in Rocket League, coming from the pros themselves. But still, you're playing with a little...
Can you tell players?
It's going to be a little strange, I think it's fair to say. You will have those moments of lag. I mean, we kind of see it in broadcaster mode. Sometimes there's a little bit of elastic banding going on with some of the cars.
Yeah.
But really, with how dominant Kings of Urban looked in one of the first games that we watched them play, to right now, this seems like a bit of a different team.
I'm pumped for Swarm. This is much stronger Swarm that we've seen, and I've been a Pashy fan for a long time. And
how many years?
To see him with Stocky, now I think this team has a lot more firepower available to him. Kyle hanging back, going to be able to go for an easy clear. Off the wall, Stocky's going to play it up. Gambit trying to punish.
Yeah, that should be easily cleared.
Ooh, Fireburner says no. The mid-air rejection. Gambit's going to put it back. 3 defenders all scrambling, but they're out of boost. DeBoer goes, collects the full 100. And now it looks like Kings of Urban will be forced to back up. They'll stay orange in this game for you. Pashy and Swarm wearing blue.
Bow goes up. Ball in a great position to be finished, but no one able to get that final touch. Gambit needs to be careful here. Has the support of Fireburner, and they should be able to quite simply run that one out. But again, another stop comes in. Look for Kyle maybe to go up an aerial, but no. Kyle's way back thinking about his boost, and that could be costly here, but Pashy not able to get a shot on target.
Pashy's been a little bit off, to be honest with you, through these first 3 games.
And they're still winning.
And there's a better shot from Stocky. That one's going to be knocked out. Gambit taking care of business in the box. Stocky getting help. Great touch by Pashy, but it's laid up. Stocky's got to get up. Pashy is going to save it himself with the back tire. But the pressure not alleviated yet. Here comes Kyle. A little bit too high. That one's going to get a bank and will be put in. No. Gambit's going to knock it off the right crossbar. Up top, Stocky's got to go again, and it's Pashy there one more time.
That's a dangerous ball, though, as it hits the roof and bounces. Well defended from Swarm, but there's so much pressure right now in Swarm Gaming's box. You need to see and just get control of the game, get some boost control, and that's beautiful play from Pashy. Just goes past two people. Can he square it to the bow? No, he can't. That would have been a beautiful finish. Meanwhile, Stocky again coming in, allowing that ball into Kings of Urban's box. Kyle has gone way up, but it hasn't really got his car through that one, so the ball is still in a dangerous position. DeBoer once again tries to put it over to the right-hand side. He's going to double touch that, but Kings of Urban should be able to easily deal with this.
The one thing I'll say I've noticed so far in this game is there's only been 2 moments where there's double defenders going up in the box for Kings of Urban. On the other side, Swarm Gaming doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of trust in each other, or they're lacking a little communication because there's multiple people going up for the save. So Ben, let me ask you this question. Do you prefer to have multiple people going up and be 100% safe? Or
absolutely not. And there's never a position where I think 2 cars should be going for the same ball. It's just not a smart play, because if you accidentally bump into each other, guess what? You're going to concede a goal. There just needs to be crisp communication or trust in your teammates. You need both, to be completely honest. And that's why you see the best teams in the world. They allow, you know, if someone calls it like, hey, I've got this, they completely trust. And that's a big, you know, part of the game, because if you're the second player who's going up, guess what? You could be playing for boost. You could be, you know, trying to hit another vehicle out the way. You could be doing so many other things that both players competing for it isn't a good decision at all.
Big aerial, Pashy.
Oh, that's
gonna get a touch, and you're gonna see everyone up in the air for the blue team as this ball lands. Let's go ball cam here.
Yeah, shout out to Gambit, keeps this one low. Most players would have kind of hit that up. He gets over the ball, puts a little bit of topspin onto it, and that one is going to go flying in off the floor, recognizing, as you mentioned, you know, all 3 Swarm Gaming players up in the aerial.
Ball rolling forward. Gambit trying to handle it. Here's the dribble. He's going to get exploded, though.
Demolition too strong.
And normally it's the NA teams who like to steal and go for these explosions. Now it's the EU squad, Swarm Gaming, taking care of business. Fireburner setting up back in the box, waiting for this rebound. The pressure is going to miss. DeBoer with a big whiff. A layup, though. Kyle's got to clear. And that was just tapped out by Kyle. Pashy almost got the second touch. We're going to look at him now. Fight in the corner, and they will be able to push this one up. One-on-one versus Fireburner. Pashy's going to throw that one straight up in the air. Gambit goes for it, though. And it's Kings of Urban within striking distance one more time. A minute to go. They can't succeed their lead like they did last game.
DeBoer brothers just had a huge little nudge there onto Gambit that stopped that fast break from Kings of Urban, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Off the post, in fact, still potential chance here for Swarm Gaming to tie up the series, or tie up the game, rather, as Stocky puts that one straight back into the middle. DeBoer brothers goes up. He's not going to be able to touch it.
Oh, Gambit.
This isn't the kind of flashy Kings of Urban that we're used to seeing, though. No. Even a game like this, just a 1-0 lead, not used to it. I expect to see a little bit more aggression coming from them.
This ball's going to bounce, and here comes your blue team. Setting up on defense is Kyle. He's out of the box again, and it's going to drop in.
What a finish with 19 seconds left. Stocky just gets under it, goes for the lob.
From downtown. He doesn't even think it's going in. He was getting ready for a rebound.
Gambit just caught, going a little too high there. So, tied game once again, 19 seconds left. Is this one over, or could we potentially see a buzzer beat? The ball is up. Big save comes out from
Here comes Kyle, too. And there's the score. Pashy has done it again.
What a goal.
That might as well be an overtime goal for the second time. You'll see Kyle go up, and then you hate that moment when you see Pashy right in front of you, skying across and able to sink that one in. Kyle with 3 saves, but 2 big misses in your final 45 seconds.
Yeah, they just need to play that time, put the ball back in Kings of Urban's half. That's all they need to do. Gambit's going to go up, puts the touch in, goes Kyle, though, it's not over! Oh! Kyle gets it at the very end to force an overtime. We've seen him do it before, and we're going to get to watch him do it again. It is not over for Kings of Urban in this match. The DeBoer brothers just couldn't get there. Kings of Urban force OT.
Brilliant pass by Gambit as well. That was an aerial pass, set up Kyle perfectly, and then Kyle comes in for the slam, able to finish it. Now, shot, banking off the wall. Fire gonna try and cover. Bounces it up. Aerial's gonna be missed. Here's your shot opportunity for your Kings.
Oh no, DeBow Brothers puts that one straight back into Kings of Evans box, and a sloppy clearance comes in from Kyle Pashy. No, misses the ball completely. That would have been a very, very simple shot on target and potentially a goal scoring opportunity. Kyle now goes for the fast break down the right hand side. Can he put the ball in the box? Yes, he can. Now, where is Gambit? Not able to get there. Pashy once again with another big defensive touch, but they need to be careful because Kyle once again puts the ball back in the box.
Oh, and that one just bounced several times. A little ricochet action.
Pashy just had to stay still there. If he moved, they score. Pretty much as simple as that. In goes Kyle once again. Not gonna be able to connect. Stocky is that into a dangerous position.
No, this is a good move. He knocked that one into the corner, made sure it wasn't in front of the box, and then took care of business. And now you're gonna see aerial opportunity.
That's a goal.
And no defense. DeBoer was waiting for it.
They're out of boost, I think. They've been kind of put under so much pressure that you just see he can't get high enough. Just kind of goes for it. Oh, very, very unfortunate.
Overtime victory. Fireburners gonna seal the deal in a very scary game. Credit to Kings though. You saw him come out there at the end. Kyle finishing it, forcing overtime, and then they never gave up. So after 3 games, it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Swarm Gaming. And now we go to the EU host. So a quick commercial break, guys. When we return, we'll break down our first 3 games and show you what's going to happen here in game number 4.